Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt like you were meant for something greater, but time keeps slipping through your fingers? If your heart just whispered, yes, then this video is not a coincidence. It's a calling. Welcome to Divine Calling, where every word is a reminder of the power you've been carrying in silence. Today is not just another day. This is the beginning of your awakening, of remembering who you are and why you're here. Watch this video to the end, because by the time it's over, you won't just be informed, you'll be transformed. Let's begin. You've been sensing something shifting inside you, a quiet urgency, a restless pull. That's not anxiety. That's your purpose, trying to wake you up. The truth is, your delay is not just holding you back. It's holding others back too. Every day you wait, the mission suffers. You weren't chosen to play small. Time doesn't care if you're scared. It keeps moving, whether you're ready or not. And while you're hesitating, your window is narrowing. This isn't fear-mongering. It's spiritual reality. The world is changing fast, and your role in it can't stay paused. The calling on your life demands movement, not perfection. You've convinced yourself you need more healing, more clarity, more preparation. But the truth is, obedience creates clarity. Action breeds direction. You're not waiting on God. God is waiting on you. And with every hour you stall, your purpose collects dust. You were made to move now, not when it's comfortable. Others are watching you, silently hoping you rise, because they need your example to believe they can too. Your breakthrough is someone else's blueprint. But if you stay stuck in fear, doubt, or comfort, that breakthrough never happens. You owe it to more than just yourself to wake up. This is not a message of guilt. It's a call to responsibility. You were chosen because you're strong enough to carry what others can't. But chosen doesn't mean easy. It means urgent. You were not made to blend in. You were made to shift atmospheres. So rise. Now. You know it deep down. This isn't just another season. Something is closing, and something else is opening. But that door won't stay open forever. Spiritual windows have expiration dates. The clock is ticking, and it's not counting down to your comfort. It's counting down to your purpose. When the divine timeline begins to move, chosen ones feel it before the rest of the world sees it. That inner stirring, that heavy sense that you're behind, it's not because you've failed. It's because your moment is arriving, but you must align before it passes you by. Time is sacred, and your delay is spiritual warfare. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you if he can distract you. Every moment spent in comparison, fear, laziness, or denial is a stolen moment, and the cost is high, not just for your life, but for the lives your purpose was meant to touch. This is why you feel the urgency, because your spirit knows the hour is near. Opportunities are showing up quietly, disguised as challenges or whispers. If you're not spiritually alert, you'll miss them. The clock isn't loud, it ticks in silence, which means only the sensitive will feel it. If you're hearing this, it's already begun. You're being summoned, not entertained. This is your confirmation. The time for passivity is over. The time for excuses has expired. The mission doesn't need perfection. It needs presence. You don't have forever. You have now. The spiritual clock is ticking, and chosen one, you must move before the window closes. That feeling of being out of place, misunderstood, or too much for the world around you isn't a flaw. It's a mark. You've been called, and those chosen for higher assignments are rarely accepted by the crowd. You sense things others don't. You carry a weight they don't feel. You were never meant to fit in. You were meant to awaken. People call it overthinking, but it's discernment. They say you're sensitive, but it's spiritual awareness. You're picking up on energies, patterns, and truths before others even realize what's happening. That doesn't make you crazy. That makes you ahead. And being ahead often feels like being alone. Isolation isn't punishment, it's preparation. You've been hidden because your development required silence. God kept you away from the noise so you could hear the whisper. Every time you felt overlooked, forgotten, or misunderstood, it was part of the molding. Diamonds are formed in darkness, not display. Your gifts have made you question your sanity. But the world isn't structured for people like you, people who can't be boxed, labeled, or silenced. And that's why you've always felt the tension between who you are and who they expect you to be. That pressure, it's your purpose pressing through. You are not losing your mind. You're gaining your mission. Chosen ones are always misunderstood before they're admired. The discomfort is a sign you're close to activation. Embrace it. Walk through it. You are not crazy. You're called. And the world will understand later what heaven already confirmed now. You keep thinking you're not ready. But what if your not ready is already enough for someone else's breakthrough? There are people tied to your voice, your healing, your courage. But until you step into who you are, they remain stuck in who they were. You rising gives others permission to rise too. Your life isn't just about you. It's about the chain reaction you're meant to start. Every fear you overcome, every truth you speak, every gift you activate becomes fuel for someone else's awakening. But none of that happens if you keep hiding. Playing small serves no one, not even you. The enemy will always try to convince you that your impact doesn't matter, that you are one person, that your voice is too quiet. But in the spiritual realm, your obedience causes earthquakes. What seems like a whisper in the natural becomes a roar in the unseen. Your yes to purpose is someone else's freedom. Chosen ones don't need a crowd to begin. They need conviction. You were never supposed to wait for applause. You were supposed to move in alignment. And when you do, the right people will find you, because they've been searching, not for perfection, for truth, for you. Stop underestimating the power of your presence. You've been through too much, grown through too much, survived too much to stay quiet now. They're waiting on you. Not a future version of you, you right now. You are the answer to someone's silent prayer, but only if you show up. Distraction doesn't always come dressed as evil. Sometimes it looks like entertainment, busyness, or even good intentions. But make no mistake, its goal is the same, to pull you away from your assignment. The more distracted you are, the less dangerous you are to the darkness. The enemy doesn't need to destroy you if he can keep your mind preoccupied. You were focused once. You had clarity, vision, momentum. But slowly, your time began to scatter. Your attention was hijacked. Notifications replaced meditation. Noise drowned out your inner voice. And before you knew it, your purpose was buried under routine. Not because you didn't care, but because you were distracted. Every scroll, every delay, every unnecessary yes is stealing your time and energy. And that theft is intentional. The enemy knows that a focused chosen one is unstoppable. So he doesn't attack your body. He attacks your focus. He won't fight your strength. He'll confuse your direction. Because confusion delays destiny. You think you're just resting or waiting. But in truth, you're being lulled into spiritual sleep. You're postponing what was meant to be urgent. Your spirit is awake, but your attention is scattered. And that's the danger. A weapon that isn't aimed is just decoration, and you weren't born to decorate the battlefield. You were born to fight. It's time to take your focus back. Say no more often. Turn the volume down on the world. Create intentional space for silence, prayer, purpose, because once your mind is clear, your mission becomes obvious. And when that happens, distraction loses its power over you forever. You've been conditioned to seek validation before taking action, to wait for someone to say, "Now you're ready." But chosen ones don't ask for permission. They walk in authority. You weren't called to be liked. You were called to be sent. And no one has to understand that, but you and the one who called you. The world won't always clap for your obedience. In fact, your greatness will often offend those still hiding from theirs. That's why they doubt you, criticize you, try to shrink you. It has nothing to do with your value and everything to do with their fear. Your light exposes their shadows, even when you're silent. You've been playing small because it felt safe, because rejection hurt, because being misunderstood made you doubt yourself. But that pain was part of the process, not a verdict. Stop dimming your light to make others comfortable in the dark. You weren't chosen to be tolerated. You were chosen to be set apart. Greatness is a decision before it's a reality. And the longer you wait for outside approval, the longer you'll delay your destiny. God already approved you. The mission already has your name on it. Why wait for applause when heaven already gave you the assignment? This is the season to move boldly, to speak with authority, to act without explanation. You don't need a green light from people when you've already been anointed by purpose. Stop asking. Start becoming. The world doesn't need another copy. It needs you, in your full, unapologetic power. The very things you thought would break you were the things that built you. Every wound, every betrayal, every dark night of the soul, and they weren't punishments. They were instructions. They shaped the blueprint of who you were meant to become. Pain didn't come to destroy you. It came to activate you. You kept asking, "Why me?" But the real question was always, "Why not you?" Only someone like you could survive what you did and still stand with purpose in your eyes. Your pain carved out the depth in your character. It forged strength where there was once fear. It taught you what no book ever could. You've tried to hide those scars, bury those memories, pretend they don't define you. But the truth is, your scars are sacred. They're not signs of weakness. They're badges of resilience. Someone needs to know what you've been through, because your survival gives them hope they can survive too. Purpose is often hidden behind pain. The enemy attacked you in the very area you were meant to lead in. Your heartbreaks? That's where you'll heal others. Your loss? That's where you'll speak life. Your silence? That's where your voice now carries weight. Nothing was wasted. Not a single tear. It's time to stop seeing your past as a prison. It was a preparation ground. A divine classroom. You didn't just go through it. You grew through it. And now, your pain has become your platform. You were broken, but not buried. You were crushed, but not canceled. You're still here, and that means your mission lives. You didn't find this message by accident. This moment isn't random. It's divine alignment. There are no coincidences when you're walking in spiritual purpose. Every step, every delay, every detour was orchestrated to lead you here, right now. Listening to this, because heaven knew what you needed, and when. You've been feeling lost, unsure, disconnected. But even in your wandering, you were being guided. That nudge in your soul, that quiet pull to keep seeking, it was proof you were never abandoned. Divine timing doesn't rush. It arrives when your heart is finally ready to receive, not just hear. You keep waiting for thunder to confirm your calling. But God often moves in whispers, in subtle moments like this one. And if you're spiritually alert, you'll realize this is the sign you've been praying for. You asked for clarity. Here it is. Not loud, not dramatic, but unmistakably divine. Alignment happens when preparation meets timing. You've done the inner work, even when no one saw. You kept showing up when quitting would have been easier, and now the doors you couldn't force open are unlocking. Not because of your effort alone, but because of divine coordination. Heaven is moving on your behalf. This is bigger than motivation. This is activation. You've been aligned for something higher, and this message is your confirmation. Stop questioning if it's your time. Start walking like it is. Divine alignment doesn't ask for your permission. It shows up when it's time to launch. And chosen one, it's time. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, the perfect version of yourself to arrive. But here's the truth. That moment doesn't exist. Power doesn't come from preparation alone. It's born in movement. Every step you take unlocks the next. Clarity doesn't lead to action. Action leads to clarity. You've been standing still, hoping for a sign. But sometimes, the sign doesn't appear until you move. Faith is motion. It's trust without evidence. It's saying yes before the how is revealed. And when you begin moving in obedience, doors open that weren't even visible before. Stagnation starves your purpose, but movement feeds it. You keep asking for strength, but strength comes as you go. You won't feel powerful until you start walking. It's in the doing that the energy flows. The enemy wants you paralyzed in perfectionism, analyzing, hesitating, doubting. But God blesses momentum, not just intention. Your breakthrough is waiting on your first step. Movement doesn't mean having it all figured out. It means you trust that what you carry is enough for today. You build as you go. You speak as you learn. You heal as you help. There's no need to delay what heaven already approved. You weren't meant to stand still in fear. You were meant to move in faith. Start now. Not when you're ready, when you're willing. The power you're asking for isn't hiding. It's waiting on your motion. One small action can break the chains of years of delay. Chosen one, the path doesn't appear before you walk. It appears because you walk. Time is the most honest currency. It never lies, and it never pauses. While you wait for comfort, time continues to pass. While you doubt, the moments slip away. You keep telling yourself, soon, but life doesn't wait on soon. It rewards those who act now. The future you dream of is built with decisions made today. The illusion of later is the enemy's favorite lie. He'll convince you you've got forever to begin, forever to change, forever to obey. But destiny has a deadline. The window you feel right now, it closes. Delay is not neutral, it's costly. And every day you hesitate, your purpose pays the price. You've been given signs, confirmations, nudges. Still, you hesitate. Still, you ask for one more sign. But chosen ones aren't led by comfort. They're led by conviction. And deep down, you know what you're supposed to do. The real battle isn't about clarity. It's about courage. There's a sacred urgency in this season, a weight you feel in your spirit that you can't explain. That's heaven reminding you that now matters, that your time isn't endless. that you were chosen for such a time as this. Waiting any longer isn't humility. It's disobedience. And disobedience has consequences. So ask yourself, if time isn't waiting, why are you? Your mission can't afford another delay. Your calling doesn't need another excuse. You've prepared. You've survived. You've heard the voice. Now it's time to move. Not next week. Not tomorrow, now. You didn't make it here by accident. You were meant to hear every word. If something stirred in your soul, it's because your spirit already knows. You are the one. The waiting is over. The window is now. The world has heard enough noise. It's time for your voice, your truth, your calling. The moment you stop running from who you are is the moment heaven starts running with you. Now I want to hear from you. What hit you the hardest in this message? What are you no longer willing to delay? If you've made it this far, type Divine Calling in the comments. Let the world know you're not asleep anymore. You're awakening. And don't forget to like this video, share it with someone else who needs this, and subscribe, because your journey doesn't end here. It begins now.